Oh, hey guys, so I've had the Luna Ultra for a while now, and I've been taking it out all over with me to capture my family's adventures. And over the time that I've had it, I've collected some accessories. Now, every piece of gear here does have a job. So today, I'm splitting my Luna Ultra kit into two tiers, EDC, and what only comes out with me for more intentional reasons. Let's get into it. Now, quick disclosure before we get into it, none of this was sent to me. Every single piece of gear in this video I bought with my own money, so everything you're about to hear is my honest take. So the first group here is the everyday carry, the EDC. These are the things that are coming with me whether I'm running errands or on a real trip. Now I'll start off with the ND filter, and here's the actual problem an ND filter like this solves. To get that smooth cinematic motion blur, your shutter speed needs to stay locked to roughly double your frame rate. So if I'm shooting at 30 frames per second, that's a 1/60 shutter speed. But outside in bright daylight, that shutter speed alone lets in way too much light. An ND filter is basically sunglasses for your lens. It cuts the light down so you can keep that cinematic shutter speed without overexposing your shot. So going with a variable ND filter like this one, instead of a fixed ND filter, means I'm not swapping filters every time the light changes between one shot and the next. I kind of just twist it and keep rolling. Now the trade-off is that a variable ND filter can introduce color shifts or a faint X pattern you'll see at its extreme settings. But a fixed strength filter does avoid that, but only if you're willing to carry a few different strengths and physically swap them by hand on the fly. Now in general, I do like these KNF filters. They do have their flaws, but I'm glad I have them. They come in two variants, the ND 1/5 and the 6/9, and I bought both. The 1/5 stays on more often, but I've been really glad to have the 6/9 on those really sunny days. Now it's not perfect, but they still give me very usable results for me. I do have other ND filters that were sent to me for review that I haven't used yet, but comment below and subscribe if you want to see that video. Now one thing that'll catch you off guard with the Luna specifically, because it's got two lenses and each one has its own separate ND filter slot, so if you adjust one ND filter and forget the other one, you'll jump straight to overexpose the moment you switch lenses mid-shoot. I actually keep the 1x lens set one stop higher than the other, since it's just the brighter lens to begin with. Now the second thing I always bring along, if you watched my Cam It Cook video with the Luna, you saw me mount this camera to the stove hood to get an overhead shot while my hands were full, like flipping food and stuff like that. Now that's really the whole case for a mount. To me, it's the difference between a shot you can get and a shot you can't, because you physically can't hold the camera and do that thing at the same time. Or at least I can't. Now compared to other gimbal cameras, the Luna's got a bit of an X factor of its own, the detachable remote, which gives you full access to every single feature on the camera. Now DJI does have an answer to this with the Pocket 4P, which is the Osmo frame tap. It is quite capable still. It's got live preview, gimbal control, zoom, even subject tracking, but there's nowhere on the Pocket 4P itself to attach it. So on a trip, it's just one more small thing you're responsible for not losing. And once you kind of get used to the concept of the detachable remote, you start looking for more places to mount the camera itself. Almost anything can become your tripod essentially with this thing here. So a quick look at this thing. It's got a rubber coated magnetic base, so it grips metal without scratching whatever you're sticking it to. On top of it, there is a ball head that rotates a full 360 degrees, and it locks down once you've got your angle with the ability to tighten it further. And on top of it, it's got both an action camera style connector and a standard 1/4-20 screw thread. So it's not locked into one camera system. And there's also a pretty strong clip built into it too. And because the Luna Ultra sits on its own gimbal with 20, 40, 60, and 120mm focal lengths built in, you don't even need to move the mount to change a shot. So in my Cam It Cook video, I showed how one mount position could give me 4 completely different framings, especially once you bring the detachable remote into it to reframe without actually touching the camera. And I've mounted this thing on the hood of my van, the door, pretty much anywhere on the car while it wasn't moving. I actually left the mount on the car and drove off. No camera was attached, just the mount itself. And I rode on the highway and it was still there when I got back. I'm not fully trusting with the camera on it just yet, but so far it's held every single time. The same clip is also what lets it grab onto branches, the back of a chair, pretty much anything nearby, and it's surprisingly tough and tight for something this small. And of course this mount also clips right onto a backpack strap, which is kind of why I'm actually pretty interested to bring it on an overseas trip I've got coming up. I'm not renting a car, there's no car to magnetize it over there, but I did used to carry my DJI Pocket 3 the same way on a backpack strap, and this does the same trick for me. And of course, one more thing, the magnetic base itself could be stood up on its own, so if you want a bit more height than the stock extension handle gives you, it actually doubles as a small tripod, say on a restaurant table. Okay, so speaking of the extension handle, This one actually is in the EDC pile as well. It's what the K&F mount actually screws into in the first place. It's got built-in tripod legs and also repositions the USB-C port to a much more convenient location for charging and hooking it up to your computer. Now, my only complaint is I wish I owned two, because I'm constantly swapping it between mounts or using it standalone. The good news is that they're pretty inexpensive, about $20, so it's easy to just pick up a second one. The last thing I carry around, which is honestly also kind of EDC, is something to keep the ND filters organized. And most days I just use this little pouch. They came with a SmallRig square ND filter set for the iPhone. There's an even simpler option too. The K&F filters actually fit directly into the ND filter slot built into the stock case. So if you don't want to overcomplicate things, you can just plug them in there when they're not in use. But honestly, since these filters are magnetic, a $3 Altoids tin or any little tin from the dollar store will do the exact same job. And you've probably already got something lying around that actually already works. Now, just a quick one. If you've got some cool EDC accessories for your own Luna Ultra that you really like, drop it in the comments below. I'm always curious what other people are using and if I can integrate that into my day-to-day use. Now, okay, so that's the EDC. Now, here's the stuff that only comes out when I'm actually on a long trip or like a vacation or something like that. And to start off this segment, I want to start with where all of this gear lives, the Peak Design Sling 3L. Now this comes out on the longer days or when I'm actually traveling, since most days the pocket and keychain combo actually covers me just fine. Now this specifically is the smallest version, the 3L, and it's small. I still remember the guy at Broadway Camera trying to get me to go for the 6-liter instead. But to me, the smallness is actually the point. It keeps me from overpacking when I leave the hotel or the campsite. If it doesn't fit in this bag, I have to actually ask myself if I actually need it. And it includes enough organization that I can separate my gear just enough to make it easy to access. And it's got a lot of mounting points on the outside to strap stuff on if it makes sense to. Now that may or may not be what you're looking for, but for me, if I bring out too much gear, I end up getting a bit of a paralysis and not using any of it. So next is the R099 clamp. I've actually had this one from before. It's repurposed from an older setup. It's not something I bought specifically for the Luna, but it still earns a spot because I think the way you can really tighten the clamp down makes it more secure than the K&F mount in certain situations. For instance, and this again shows the flexibility of the Luna Ultra and that detachable remote, this clamp turned a single central spot in our recent campsite into 4 completely different shots. So I get the chairs, the tent, the cooking, the kids, one clamp, one spot, 4 angles. And I think filming this way, kind of casually, getting a lot of good shots, it actually just really helped me enjoy the vacation. It was super easy. I also use the clamp to mount to the headrest pole on the passenger seat of my van. Obviously I couldn't take the shot myself while driving, so I just handed the remote to my son to control from his seat in the back, and ended up getting some really good traveling B-roll on our drive north to our campsite in Squamish, British Columbia. That footage ended up in a vacation video for a whole camping group, and I thought it was pretty cool that I could just set it up during the trip and my son in the back could just kind of control the camera from where he was sitting. And this clamp came in a bit handy because I couldn't find the perfect spot for that K&F magnetic mount. And finally, I also bring along the DJI Mic Mini, the OG one, not the newest version. It works fine with Luna Ultra. You just need to attach it via USB-C. And I've also got the mini USB-C receiver, which makes the whole setup a lot more manageable. Now, if you've already got an Insta360 mic of some kind, it'll pair a bit more seamlessly, but I didn't feel the need to upgrade since I'm pretty happy with the DJI setup I've already got. That said, I don't always feel the need to bring mics out with me, and that's because the Luna Ultra's detachable screen and remote actually has a built-in mic of its own. That takes a lot of pressure off needing a separate mic every time I'm out capturing family vacations, but the DJI mic is so small and pocketable that I'm usually happy to have it along anyway, and the battery lasts long enough that I don't even need to bring the case along, just the mic itself and the receiver. So that's kind of my kit. One system, 2 kind of different tiers, everyday EDC, and what I add when it's time for a bit more intentionality. The full gear list with links is in the description if you want to build your own version of this. If this kind of breakdown is useful, do hit subscribe. I've got the Kamek Cook video. This mount showed up and linked above, and I'll be bringing this whole kit on an upcoming overseas trip, so stay tuned for how it holds up outside the country. Anyway, I'm Rico Dad, chasing family moments. I'm just a dad with a camera, figuring things out. And until next time, peace.